Today's workout is a 10-minute full body toning workout for your first trimester. I'm 12 weeks pregnant, so I'm gonna be working with you. If you've got a resistance band, go ahead and place it above your knees, and we're gonna come down to a kneeling position for our first exercise, a fire hydrant. So I want your hands under shoulders, knees under hips. We're gonna take that right knee, lift it up, leading with that knee, and then bring it back down. So we're opening the hip. And if you don't have a band, you can definitely do this without a band. I'm just using a medium resistance band, but you can go light, you could go heavier if you're more advanced. We're just trying to bring that knee up as high as we can without shifting our weight. So we want to make sure we push evenly through the hands, lifting high, but not lifting so high to where the hips shift as well. We want to keep everything square to the floor, pulling the belly button in toward your spine so you're bracing your core. You're going to start to feel that in the side of your glutes, your core, a little bit in your shoulders too here. We're gonna work for 50 seconds today and rest for 10. So if you need more time to rest, go ahead and take it and move at your own pace. It's not about how many you do, it's more about just staying in control here. Rest, just reset if you need to shift back onto your heels for a second to give those shoulders a break. We're gonna stay on the same leg and do a kneeling kickback. So we're gonna bend that knee and then extend the leg. I want you to flex your foot here. Press through the heel and push that heel back. If you want a little more, you can go to the back corner, like right about here. And then I'll get more into your side glutes, into the side of those hips that we just worked with those hydrants. And you don't have to pull your knee all the way forward. Just stop it right in line with the other knee and then push back. Give me a really strong push through that heel. Fully extend that leg so we're really engaging that glute. And again, we want to make sure the weight's even between the hands here. Abs are tight. I know it's getting harder to feel your abs at this point, but by pulling your belly button in toward your spine, you're bracing that inner abdominal wall. We want to keep control over. And rest. All right, we're gonna do the same leg this time. We're gonna do a straight leg, and we're gonna open that hip. So we're gonna extend the leg back, flex the foot, and then we're gonna just take it to the corner, and then straight back. To the corner and back. Flexing that foot, squeezing that glute. It's a small movement here. As you move that leg, fight to keep everything else still. So we're pressing through the hands, breathing, engaging that core, keeping the toes pointed to the ground. We don't want to open up the hip. We want to keep everything square so we feel that extension in the glute, the side glute. And we are keeping those shoulders away from the ears, bracing that core, staying strong. We're almost there. I know it gets intense here, especially with the band, but if it's too much, you can always lose the band. You don't have to use it. And rest. All right, we're gonna do a kneeling push-up with our hands about shoulder width apart. So we're gonna focus more on those triceps. We're gonna lift that left leg, tip forward as we push up. So come down and then up. I'm gonna walk my hands a little further forward here so I can get more into it, down and up. So bring those elbows, wrap them around your ribs, bring that chest to about elbow height here. And then that back leg is staying about hip level or a little bit lower. Don't feel like you need to kick it up very high. We wanna keep that work in your glutes. So if you're feeling it in your butt, that's where I want you to stay. Too high, it's gonna put it in your lower back. But feel free to play around with that leg. If you want, you can put it down on the floor or bring your knees in like this. Do the push-up that way. That leg extension just adds a little bit of an extra challenge for your core and glutes. So feel free to do what works for you here. All right, we're moving on. We're gonna do a single arm row with the band. So go ahead and take it off. Come back to that kneeling position. We're gonna place that right hand on the band. Take that left arm, pull it up. Or you can do the right arm, whichever. We're gonna do both. So the right hand's holding onto the band, and you can see I'm just pulling my elbow nice and high right here. You can see past my hair. So hips are square to the floor, hands are under shoulders, pulling that elbow nice and high. I'll show you from the side here. Ooh. Sometimes that might happen, that's okay. Make sure that hand is really pushing into the band. I don't think I had it securely when I switched to the side. So that'll help you here. And we're really pulling that elbow high, squeezing the shoulder blade together. Moving on to the other side. So putting that band back on, just above those knees. Other side, hydrants. Here we go, opening that hip, bringing that knee up and out, gently bringing it back down. Squeezing that glute. Again, you can see my back stays nice and level. I'm not shifting my weight into that front side, so you can see everything should stay nice and level with the floor. Weight even between the hands. You can flex or point your foot here, whatever feels better. You might find one side you can go a little higher with the knee, another side you might have more trouble, and that's okay. Everybody's body is different, especially during pregnancy. Everything's a little out of whack, but we're trying to even things out and get it strong so we can stay strong throughout. All right, rest for a second. You can come back onto those heels. We're gonna move to that glute kickback. So, staying on that same side, we're gonna bring that knee, lift it, flex, and push. Again, you can go straight back, or if you wanna make it a little harder on that side glute, your hips, take it to the back corner. Squeeze that glute, push through the heel. You're gonna feel it on both sides here. Both hips are working really hard to stabilize the body. Core's working really hard. Shoulders are working. So there's not a ton of arm-specific exercises in this one, but your shoulders are working the entire time. Your core's working the entire time. So it's full body stuff here, especially when you've got that resistance band. Makes it so much more challenging. All right, rest here. We're gonna go to that straight leg extension to the side. Trying to keep as much pressure off those hands as possible. Okay, here we go. Flex that foot to the corner and back. Really squeeze that glute. This one, just take your time. It is a hard exercise to do, especially after we've done those hydrants and the kickbacks. Our glutes are on fire. It's so good. And I know this is technically a first trimester toning workout, but all these exercises are totally safe to do throughout your pregnancy. But as you get further along, you might find your glutes get tight or your balance is not as good. So in that case, you could just go without the resistance band and you can modify things. It's all about doing what you can do. All right, we're gonna move to that kneeling push-up with that leg extension. So bring the hands forward just a little bit, abs tight, knees a little bit behind the hips, and we're gonna push up, lift that leg, come all the way up. And again, if this is too much, you can put the leg down. And if that's still too much, you can bring the knees in and do the push-ups. We are doing a narrow push-up, so we want those elbows in to work those triceps. Shoulders come over the wrists at the bottom. Abs nice and tight. You can flex or point the foot here, whatever feels better to you. You can really feel those glutes even with the band on. It's not doing a whole lot here, but it makes a difference. Oh yeah, push-ups. That's one that gets really hard once you progress second and third trimester. All right, relax. Take that band off for me. We're coming to that single arm row. So one hand holds the band, other hand's gonna row. Knees under hips, pull that band up and release to the floor. Make sure you got a really tight, secure band here. Pulling that elbow nice and high. I'll show you from the side here. Hips are square to the floor. Back is nice and flat, neck is long. So you can see I'm not looking up here while my hair's in my face, but you wanna keep that chin tucked and then get a big pull to that band. This is one where you do kind of need some resistance. You could also use a dumbbell here or a small weight of any kind. Really anything works, you don't need a ton of weight. We're trying to pull that elbow up and back, squeeze that shoulder blade, and as we do that, we want to try to keep the body nice and still. Whew. All right, guys, we made it 10 minutes toning full body for your first trimester. Again, feel free to do this one with or without the band. Let me know what you think in the comments and check out my other first, second, and third trimester pregnancy workouts to keep you fit and healthy throughout your pregnancy. I'll see you next time.